welcome in the kitchen. Welcome to my world in the kitchen. I'm fixing supper. Let me get a knife here. I've already got a few mushrooms cut up here. We are going to make some onion and mushroom fritters. A little different than hush puppies. But I'll just take my mushrooms like this. Y'all see my little chopper here. Put it down on there and smush it. There you go. And that slices those mushrooms up in little bitty pieces. Just lovely. Alright, now then, we need some onion. It's the only onion I've got, and I need part of it for our sandwiches tonight. So I'm only going to use about half of it in here. I'm not going to cut it with that. Let me grab me out a trash bag. While we're doing this, hit that subscribe button. Greatly appreciated. Hit that thumbs up. Scroll down through there and leave me some comments. And all is right with the world. All right, let me cut up this onion. And I'm just going to cut it. And I don't want them quite as small as that chopper chops them. So, actually, as many mushrooms as I've got, I may need this whole onion. Now then, I'm just going to come back through here and chop these again. I normally do not chop onions like this. There we go. Now this I'm just going to slice thin because I'm going to use it on with our sandwiches. Or at least part of it I am. It's starting to get to my eyes, y'all. Sometimes I think to cut an onion we need to have hazmat goggles on. I'll go ahead and chop this up a little bit more to put in there with our mushrooms. Alright, there's the tea kettle. Gotta make some tea. Alright, let me grab that. Alright, there we go. Alright, here's our mushrooms and onions, and those are going to stay for our sandwiches in a little bit. Alright, now then we need a couple of eggs. Gonna make like a batter, you all. Let me grab out another bowl. That egg is fine. I'm gonna hope this one is because I don't have another bowl out here. It is. I usually do not have, usually don't crack them in this bowl that I'm going to use. I usually crack them in a separate bowl. I'm going to add a little bit of buttermilk, not much. There's one, about 2 tablespoons, okay? 2 tablespoons of buttermilk with our eggs. That right there all mixed up well. Y'all, I'm making this up as I go along. Now I'm going to use this chicken breader flour. This is the seasoned chicken flour, chicken breader flour that I use for my chicken. And we're just going to keep mixing this up just like this. Because I know this flavor goes well with onions and mushrooms, all the seasonings in this. So that's just what I'm going to use. And you want this to be pretty thick. So that's about maybe a cup of flour, maybe a little bit more. But this is something you are just going to have to look at and say, okay, that's how many I've got. This is how much I need because, and I believe that's thick enough. Yes, about like a cookie dough. Okay, it's about like a cookie dough. All right, now let's see how this works. Y'all ready? My onion's back up here on my cutting board. Now then, we are going to put this in here. Let me get us a big spatula because that's what I think I need. All right, here's one. All right, now then you're just going to mix this up. Just like this. What you're wanting is just something there to kind of season those vegetables and to hold them together. You want to use cornmeal mix? Have at it. They would be delicious that way. But you see how thick that is and how thick this is? And how this is just going to be like a fried mushroom or like a fried onion. See how thick that is? And how those are going to hold together when I do them like this and drop them into the oil. Just like that. That right there is exactly what you want. Let me wash my hands off. And I'll get us some oil going over here. And I'll be back in just a minute. We'll get these fried up. Okay, our oil is hot. It's at 350 right here. And our things are a little runny because the seasoning pulled the water out of the mushrooms. But I'm hopeful that they will fry it just fine. This is something I've never done before. I'm just kind of making it up as I go along. I just thought it would be good, so we're going to try it. If it's not any good, I will let you know. But they are holding together. There's 4 of them in there. There's an escape little piece of mushroom. All right, turn that down just a little bit. I don't want it to get too much hotter. They're browning up pretty. There's a little tiny bite. Little teeny tiny bite. Toss it out right there. I'll taste it. Let me get us some paper towels. Or actually, I think I'll drain them on a rack here. I think I'll put them right there on that rack. Well, they look pretty, don't they? All right, let's taste this little bitty bite. Good flavor. They're kind of like a hush puppy, but they're made with flour and mushrooms instead of cornmeal. Like I said, y'all, I'm just making this up as I go along. I've never made these before. Oh, they're not quite done in the middle. So I'm going to throw that one back in there. Let's see if this one's done. Nope, they're still yucky in the middle. So I'm making them too big, I guess, to make them smaller so they'll get done in the middle. All right, there we go. They're back in there now. You know, we just have to learn as we go along, don't we? Never made it before, you give it a shot, go with it. My oil might have been a little bit hot to begin with. You don't want them to be runny in the middle. You want them to be good and firm all the way through. I've got a smaller scoop. Let me get it out. And we'll see if this size scoop cooks all the way through better. That was a 2 tablespoon scoop. We'll try the 1 tablespoon scoop. Now let's see how these do that I fried them up a second time. There are those. These are still frying. They're not quite as brown as those, so I can leave them a few more minutes. Maybe they'll get done. Turn the lights on. Y'all know he likes to turn the lights off on us, doesn't he? All right, this is a smaller one. Just about half the size. We'll see how those do. All right, let's see how this one is now. Y'all, that is very good. Very, very good. Very yummy. I'll pull these out, and if they're not done in the middle, I'll cut them and put them back in there like I did those others. But these smaller ones I think will be fine. So let's go ahead and get us some of these. You all can pan fry these and put them out in a skillet and pan fry them like you would a potato cake. I'm sure you could do that too. I'm sure you could do that as well. All right, what did I do with my fork? Let me get another one. All right, let's see if these cooked all the way through the middle. They did. I left them in there longer and they cooked all the way through. Yum, you all. These are good. So I'm sure these will not have to be quite as brown to get done all the way through. Yum. Y'all, these are really good. Look at this. It's still hot as fire, but look at it. See all the little mushroom pieces and the onion pieces? I bet you could put all kinds of vegetables in there. I mean, kids will eat anything if it's deep fat fried, won't they? Serve it with a side of ranch dressing. Yeah, kids will eat anything if it's covered in dressing. Okay, y'all, here's our fritters. I decided that I'd add a little cornmeal to a little bit that was left in here and see if that improved them. So let's just see. We will find out if the cornmeal improves them. These are not as crunchy as I would like. I'm thinking the cornmeal will make them crunchier on the outside. That's what I'm thinking. So we're going to find out right here. I didn't want to make too many, but I swear, y'all, I've made a whole bunch. They are good. Just like this. All right, let's try one of these with the cornmeal in it. It is a little crispier and crunchier. A little different texture. All in all, they're both good. So you make them however you want to. Try them one way and then make them both ways, and then you can decide just like I'm doing. I think I will add cornmeal next time. My reasoning is this flour is already seasoned, and it tends to have a little more seasoning than I prefer. Like they tend to be a little saltier when I add the cornmeal. It cut back on that salt. Or you could just add some plain flour. But I like the crunch. Yeah, I like the crunch better. So this was a make up as we go kind of recipe tonight, and I think we've come up with one. Y'all give it a try. We'll get the rest of them fried up, and we're going to have us some supper here in a little bit. All right. Lost one. Ouch. Yum. All right, I'm going to get these fried up. Y'all remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss a video. And that'll be all for this one. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.